Ew, she's got bone or something. Deer leg, maybe. Ew. Never can tell where she got that. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Hello. Welcome in. Hi, Seeker's mom. Can you hear the birds? You guys, I thought you might be ready for an update, an Anika update, but I've got a wild story to tell too. And then we're going. I need to do something and do it on camera. So you see that clump of trees right there? Let's see, that one right there. Okay, that's my neighbor's house, my closest neighbor. Okay, so here's my porch. So I was standing on the porch. Anyway, here's Anika. Look how big she's gotten. She is huge. Can you guys hear me okay? I don't really feel like talking loud. It's so peaceful. Somewhere, she's found some kind of nasty bone to chew on. Anika, get up. Anika. Anika. Say hi. Say hi. Her nickname is Mud Mouth. She's always coming in with a muddy mouth. Ugh. Okay, so anyway, I'm in the house doing stuff, and all of a sudden I get the urge to come outside onto the porch. So I'm standing on the porch, leaning over the railing. Hi, Tricky. I'm telling a story about something wild that happened just a little bit ago. So I'm standing on the porch, leaning on the railing, and all of a sudden I see the neighbor. So if you can see the corner of the graveyard fence right there. So, and that tree right there, that might be like the middle of the property line. I don't know. But our property line runs somewhere along here, okay? Neither one of us knows for sure. But anyway, I look over and I see him dump something out onto the ground. See that tree? I'm gonna take you over there, but that tree right there. Dump something on the ground near that tree. And then he starts throwing these white balls on the ground. And I'm watching, and he looks up and sees me watching him, and he backs up. He backs up. So he's behind that clump of trees right there. So he thinks I can't see him. And he continues to throw these, I didn't know what it was, but he's throwing these white balls on the ground. So he gets done, and I start walking towards him, and I'm like, hey, Vic, what you doing? Vic, what are you doing? By now, he's walking to the house, and he's acting like he can't hear me. I said, are you trying to poison my dog? And he just keeps walking and runs into the house. So when Anika first came home, she was going over there to play with their little dog, Buddy. And So the lady of the house said it was okay for her to be over there. So I wasn't too worrying about her going over there because Buddy needs the company and the exercise. He stays on a chain all day. Not a chain, but he stays tied up all day. And I feel bad for him. And I've asked her if I could rehome him for her, but um and I've been tempted to call. I hate calling authorities, but sometimes he's out there all day with no water. He like looks malnourished to me. Anyways, so he wouldn't answer me. So I wasn't sure what to do about it. And I started thinking and thinking and thinking. And finally I said, well, let me call the sheriff and see what they say. So I called the sheriff and they go into the first I discovered it's mothballs. And I looked to see are mothballs dangerous too. Look at her, how big she is. To dogs. And they are. They're very toxic to dogs. Anyway, this sheriff's deputy proceeds to tell me how, it's common practice to put mothballs around the houses out here for rodent and snake repellent and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I said, yeah, I know all that. I get that. Which would be one thing if he put it around his house and around his property. But he didn't. He put it right on the property line of where my dog is and where the kids play. See, the grandkids play right there because both houses can see them. So they often play up there. And then he tries to tell me he was useless. Just bottom line, he was useless. He tries to explain to me that mothballs are not harmful to dogs. And I said, well, you got that wrong. And all you got to do is a quick Google search to find that out. They're very toxic to dogs. So um, finally, I just gave him my speech about how, okay, okay, let's just do nothing until the problem escalates. Is it not illegal, you guys, to poison your neighbor's dog? Now, I do know in most states you can, I think in most states you can like shoot somebody's dog if they're threatening your livestock. But this man has no livestock. So what I'm going to do is, he was out here a minute ago spraying too. So I'm going to go over here and pick up these mothballs. What if the grandkids picked up one of these mothballs? My little John John, he's only like what, 3 years old, two or something. Anika, stop. But I want to be on camera while I do it just in case. So only as intended. Yeah, right. Well, I know you put them like in your drawers to keep the moths and the bugs out of your. Stop, Anika, stop. Out of your. See, most of them are on his side of the property. That's the problem. See them? See them spread around there? And over here? Squirrels were nesting in your car hood. I mean, I get it. They have uses, but as far as I can see, this is the only place in the yard that they are. The only place. Rain dissolves them. So should I just leave them and hope it rains tonight? Look, I mean, I'm looking around the yard and the house. He has a sprayer. He sprays. I asked him once if he used chemicals on his yard, and he told me no. So what do you think, guys? Should I just pick up the ones that I know are on my side? Should I just leave them? Oh, you know what? Should I get a hose and spray them? Well, that's what I told the sheriff. I said, if they're doing crazy stuff like this, how do I know what they're going to do next? So far, she hasn't even laid an eye on them. So, yeah, I don't think I'm that. She ate her dinner already. Mud mouth. Hey, mud mouth. She's getting to be so sweet, y'all. She's doing good. She's calming down. She still gets somewhat rambunctious, but of course. And she loves toys. She loves trash. I know, right? Look, let me try to show you something. Come on, Anika. Try to show you something that I think is kind of cool. You guys see if it works out. Maybe you could take a screenshot. Let's see. We'll get the picture, the view set up. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Yeah, okay. Come here, Anika. Come here. Come here. Oh, oh, come here. Come here. Say hi. Say hi, everybody. Yeah. She's almost as tall as me. How did that go? Did that work? Oh, you guys, neighbors. I've been working in the yard. You can see where I was breaking earlier today. I thought he might come out. He doesn't want to be out here when I'm out here. Stop, Anika. Stop. Nope. Hi, Oomph. Hey, did that picture work, you guys? Did you see how big she is? Almost as tall as me. So there was a funeral over at the graveyard recently. They had it all nice with flowers everywhere. And then there were flowers covering the grave for several days. Yeah. Why would he want to do that? You know, they all did finally. Okay, so when we were burying, it was really obnoxious. When we were burying Miklos, we buried him right over there, up there, right there, on the other side of the tires. But while we were burying him, and we're all standing out here hugging each other and crying and sobbing and blubbering and putting the dog in the ground, the granddaughter pulled the car up, like right by that tree, and blasted her stereo in her car, and just went running off at the mouth really, really loud. It was so obnoxious. And if I would have had my head on straight, I would have told her she was disrupting a religious service. And she could go to jail for that, right? Can we go to jail for disrupting religious services? But yeah, I think I gotta, I mean, I hate that I'm gonna do that, and you know what else? I've been going to put a line of salt around on their porch, but then they put up all these cameras. These people are just miserable anyway. I mean, the way they talk to each other and the way they treat each other. The last time the sheriff was here, it was because grandma and granddaughter were fighting in back in the shed, um, because granddaughter had been kicked out. Grandpa put a protective order out against boyfriend. Um, So granddaughter was they were living in their car, and then granddaughter came to get her stuff, and grandma was in the shed yelling and screaming at her as she was getting her stuff, telling her, "You're robbing me blind, you're not going to take my stuff." And so granddaughter pushes grandma, and that's when I stepped in and I went in and pulled grandma out. I said, "Listen, you can stand right here and watch her get her stuff. Like, because if you guys are in there, that's a dangerous situation. Somebody's gonna get hurt." Y'all, the crap they were fighting over. But the cop was disrespectful because he said something to that effect. And I finally said to the sheriff, I said, "Listen, I know this is frustrating and it's obnoxious, but I need you to take the higher ground and be the professional here." "Oh, this is ridiculous, and I got other things I could be doing, and blah, blah, blah." I said, "Is there a crime being committed here? No. Has anybody hit anybody? No. So you don't even have to be here then." Anyway, he was kind of a punk. Just never ends, y'all. Never ends. I got a friend out in Florida. You would not believe her story. I don't even know the whole story, but her neighbors have just made her life unbearable to the point where she's got court cases, she's got just what you need, more family drama. I know I don't need their drama, right? I got enough of my own. I come out here to try to stay away from the but yeah, I have a friend down in Florida. I met her when I was living in the RV, and she was living on a bus, and she was working at a state park. Anyway, we became friends, and she is liberal and feminist and all that stuff, and her neighbor is super MAGA. I mean, you guys, she has built this beautiful farm up. Oh, Seeger's mom, I'm sorry. See, that's the thing. When the police pull up, it's usually bad news. On Easter, I avoid those holidays anymore. And did it take 3 cars? She's back over there on that bone, that nasty bone. Oh, Seeger's mom. I am so sorry. That is devastating. Oh my God, my heart breaks for you. I'm staying close to here because this is where the Wi-Fi modem is, right inside my bedroom. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Friends, family, foes. You know how it is. Well, so yeah, really, I just wanted to document the the drama. I thought once oh my God, I don't know. I don't know what I would do, Seeger's mom. That's got to be one of the worst pains ever. Oh, let's see. Anyway, so my friend has court coming up. She may end up doing jail time for freedom of speech. You know what else? They arrested her because there were some reporters standing on the easement in front of her house, but they called that harassment of her neighbors. And they weren't doing anything, like they didn't have cameras, they were just talking. So she asked me to come to Florida last court date and I couldn't. But nothing really happened, so I'm glad I wasn't there, but I might go to the next court date. It looks like the monster down in Texas, he appealed. Of course, he appealed his sentence. And it looks like he's been released from the jail as of April 10th, but we don't know where he is. You can't find him. He's not listed in the Texas DOJ inmate lookup, and the release sheet from the jail says undisclosed for next location. Are they hiding him? Is he going to be in witness protection or something now? Can y'all hear the birds? Oh, I didn't show you the repair. They did a good job repairing Blue Thunder. See, I think I if I was mad when I saw it last night. I was so mad because I thought he was out on bond pending appeal. And that was really pissing me off. But I don't think that's the case. I think he's gone off to prison. So look at they fixed the car. Now the problem is this light over here on this side is all shiny and new and bright. They do a good job. I don't know if you saw it when it was crunched. And so now these lights are all dingy and gross looking. So I've been wondering if they have like a light cleaning kit or something. I need to get some kind of new thing frame around the plate too. Plate frame, is that what it's called? Big spray on then? What? I don't understand, Tricky. Yeah, I'm raking up these pine needles so that other stuff can grow. Started doing that last year. It does help. Um, I'm encouraging the strawberries, the clover. There's one that has a little flower. It's a Persian. The flowers are gone. The flowers come out in the morning, I guess. Anyway, different ground covers. Anything but grass, right? That's how I feel. Oh, and I have to Take the blade, bug spray will take off a layer of film on them, but only lasts about 6 months. Oh, okay. I have to take the blade off the mower and go get a new blade. There's my lamb's ear. There's the wild violets. I'm encouraging them to grow too. What is that one? Persian. Dang it, my brain isn't working. I need more wine and weed, probably. Hey, hey, Anika. What you doing? What you doing, sweet baby? She eats. Oh my God, does she eat? She loves food. She eats a lot. Like, I'm starting to think, what was I thinking? I can't afford to feed a big dog. Oh, back to that gross bone. Sometimes the neighbor from over there, isn't she tall? Did you see when I had her standing up on the porch? Um, yeah, sometimes the neighbor's dog, the dogs from over there come over too, which I don't complain about them. They used to come over and get in my trash, so I just quit leaving trash outside. I just have to take it to the dump more often. Because even though I had the big trash bins, they would knock them over. Where'd everybody go? Come back and talk to me. Yeah, I need to work on those lights. And I have a rip in the driver's seat, so I have to work on getting that seat redone. It's always something, isn't it? There's a hound breeder that house over there. They breed hunting hounds. So you can always hear the the dogs. I've never been over there to look at them, to see what their setup is like. They're all right. They're nice. Their business, unless you talk to them. Really, do a lot of redneck shit. Trucks, motorcycles, 4x4s, boats, guns, all that stuff. You think she's gonna outgrow the car, guys? Anybody read any good books or seen any good movies lately? I need a recommendation for something to watch. Where's she going? She got to go check out what all the noise is about. You know what the good news is? She doesn't go to the road unless I'm with her. She doesn't go that far up. See, on the other side of the graveyard is a road, and she doesn't go that far. And mostly she stays on this side of that wooden fence. I haven't figured out, y'all. Miklos was easy to give a bath. She's much stronger. She's stronger than me. It's gonna be hard to give a bath. Been watching The Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. Oh, those are good ones. Yeah, The Lord of the Rings is good. My precious. Hi, Lori, by the way. Was shaken. Well, I have to go to town tomorrow. Khaleesi came out and spent some days with me, my granddaughter. Well, she's younger and we are older now. Our friend has court tomorrow. Again, nobody knows why. No, no, he's not. I, I was being sarcastic and didn't catch it because broadcasting, we don't know. We don't know for sure, but I mean, the timing seems right for that. Disseminating confidential information, or I don't know it, because shouldn't that be public? I mean, you can go pull the court file and look at lists and stuff like that. So I don't know. Here she comes. Here she comes. Look, she's got such a pretty gait now. What is she? Yeah, it seems like it's public information anyway. Yeah, our former bug friend. Yeah, he got called in for some kind of special hearing. I don't know. It's all funny as hell. It's another sitcom. Seeger's mom, how old was your son? Yeah, Becky's supposed to be there. I've been thinking about flying out for trial. Wouldn't that be something? If I showed up at his trial, just for observation. I find trials very interesting, especially ones where people represent themselves. Would be funny, huh? I think there might be people there that he doesn't expect. I don't know.